Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
15 line. 15 line. Tight right. 3 down. Hey, Haywood.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Minshew. Catch made. That's the rookie tight end, Josh Oliver. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
60 or 54. Check back. Hey, back up. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Right there.
Out of the gun is Minshew. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Throwing, Mariota. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down. Second year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinators saying, you know, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. So now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Play action now. Mariota. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Flush to his right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs. And it's 2nd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Kill. Rush in.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here we go. Double time. Five down. Stand up in.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Able to find Waller. That's complete. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter. 7-0 ball game.
Let's go,
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stat. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board.
Check 15 down.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Minshew. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here. They could really put them in command before intermission. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
It's caught by Aguilar.
Complete to Nelson Aguilar. He's a gain of 15 yards and leads to 3rd down.
Third and short yardage. Mariota. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
At their own 18-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Looking long for Westbrook. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
They'll throw now on the final play. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. To throw is Mariota. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He's got daylight. The 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they've got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
scoring the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Right here. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Following the interception here, Mariota buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Joe Schobert coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
3 buzz.
Running the toss here to Jacobs. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That second down play nets a -4. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darqueze Dennard. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break up their routes quickly as well.
One. 3.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check. Jim.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Here we go again. 51 to Mike. Bravo. Ricky. Mike 51. Mike 51.
From the gun, Mariota. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The kick by Carlson is good. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far,
he's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
I'm here all day. 47's the mic.
Throwing again on second down. Mariota. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 2nd down, Minshew nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jeff Heath. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early?
And now look at him go. 30. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Minshew sets to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready. 70, Indy.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Minshew, 1st and 10. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. 23 yards on the play.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Again, Minshew looking to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Minshew. Well, that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's A.J. Cole now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
The Jaguars take over first down and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
On the ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Throwing on second and long. Minshew.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of...
And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
Ready, break.
51-yard gain.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, check.
To throw again on second down. Minshew, Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Mariota now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Now Mariota completes it to Jason Witten. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The last time we saw Jason Witten on a football field instead of the broadcasting booth was, of course, 2 years ago, 2017. He had 63 catches, 560 yards, 5 touchdowns. It was his 11th Pro Bowl that season for a man who came into the league back in 2003. To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota escaping the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Oakland. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game. And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. The corner, Perry Nickerson, had the tackle. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Once again, it's Jacobs trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Alpha. Here we go. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check. 47. Watch the screen.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or 2 short. He needed 9. He got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Raiders, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the L.A. Chargers. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis.